another episode of Nobody Asked Us But Doesn't Care, presented by Brooks Running. Des, I see you're wearing a Brooks t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of New York love last year. Threw it on this morning.
Okay,
Afternoon.
I love it. I have been fighting a cold. I don't know who gets sick in August, but I have been. And I'm a little down on the energy, so I'm going to do this right now.
This
and
episode
you guys can see in live time.
is supported by Ketone. I did a 20 miler today, so
you did?
I just need a little energy bump anyhow. I did.
Wow. Cheers to that. That's amazing.
So little recovery.
Right. Do you sip it or do you just shoot it?
I just drink it as quickly as possible. I think people really like the flavors. Mm-hmm. I like the non-flavored one.
I don't know how you do that.
You don't even like artificial peach. Would you take artificial peach or the non-flavored?
Probably non-flavored.
See.
But I like the green apple.
Good stuff. Ugh. Yeah, just does something.
Okay, watch me come to life. Yeah, I don't know who gets sick in August, but I have been sick. And it's really annoying.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm actually feeling better.
Allergies, or is it like sick?
I'm not sure. It's like sick? I got a head cold, you know what I mean? And it was like all condensed in my face, and I was neti potting, and like water wasn't going anywhere.
She's just like rolling down your
It was like, no. And then finally Saturday morning, I woke up and it just started draining. So I'm feeling a lot better. But I was just like, are you kidding me? I like started with a sore throat, and then my face got really full.
Do you think you have COVID?
Get sick? No, I actually tested because we had been around someone who had it, and it was negative. So I just got like a little cold.
I always remember that, like the scratchy throat first. Oh, I know. You're like, for sure, I know what I have. I know what this is.
I know. And we had just had someone stay with us who told us like,
by the way.
Yeah, like peeps. Things happen. People get sick all the time and you don't know where you got it from. But like if you're staying with someone and you leave their house on a Thursday and you test on a Monday, tell them Monday. Don't tell them the following Monday.
How you doing?
Because like, what if I did have it? And then we went to my nephew's wedding and I've been around all these people and I've been around people who have like compromised health. But anyway, I don't have it. But pro tip, let people know. If you're going to let people know, let them know right away. Right. Don't wait until they've already been exposing people.
Would you have gone to your nephew's wedding?
I would have gone no matter what, but I probably would have worn a mask around some of my in-laws.
Fair. I do feel like that's maybe like the compromise where you're like, I know, but I can take some measures to not spread.
I probably would have worn it on the plane. I mean, I didn't have it, by the way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Like something like that I really want to be at, and it's not as scary as it was 4 or 5 years ago, but I would have probably worn a mask on the plane and then worn a mask like around some of my family.
In the hotel, for sure.
The hotel, that's probably where I got sick.
Did you eat the candy bar? Son of a Kara, don't eat the candy.
You know what's funny is like that hotel was so gross and I just like survived it. And now I'm like, based on everyone's comments of like, I would have slept in my car. I'm like, we didn't have a car. We like got picked up by Adam's uncle. Like, I actually can't believe we slept there.
Nah, you're tough. You're fine. You're like, we just got to put our head down and do it. Like,
it's just like there is no other option.
Yeah.
But
what are you gonna do?
Like, so I like got so everyone's like, "What's the hotel?" And I'll just say it. Okay,
don't say it.
I feel like it's run by a family, and I feel like
they're not going to Milwaukee. They're not going to stay there. And if they do, they'll be like,
yeah. Should we have spent $250 for that room? I don't think so.
That's a crime.
So I did reach out. Like I got this survey and I said it was the grossest hotel I've ever stayed in. It was like actually unsanitary, mouse poop. And then I got this call back and they're like, what could we do to make it better? And I'm like, give me my money back and make sure that the hotel is like on par with what it says on the website. Right. And they're like, thank you for your input.
Okay. That's
so funny. No refund or anything. But it did seem like a family that was trying to run it and like they are obviously in way over their head. I mean, but anyway, we got back on a Sunday and I started feeling sick Tuesday night. So maybe I did get it from the hotel.
Good chances from the candy bar.
I did not eat that candy bar.
I know, but it's funny to think about.
Okay, so you just ran a 20 miler. What is your mileage at? Like what is a typical week for you right now?
It should be a lot more aggressive. I'm like, what are you drinking? I had another question about the outfit you were wearing when you walked back in. Do a twirl. Okay.
Leopard print sweatpants.
I was like, what print is that? Is it a cat? Is it a bear?
I think it's a leopard.
Okay. Made of real leopard.
They're from, wait, let me look at the tag. They're marine layer. They're not even like something crazy.
Yeah. Right down the center. Love that. Okay. But now what's in the cup? Kara is having a very casual Monday.
This ketone is really hitting.
Case of the Monday.
This is the Celestial Seasonings iced tea I was talking about that you don't have to put in hot water. It looks like really bad piss after a marathon.
No, I was like,
delish.
That looks like a delightful drink there.
It's really good. This is the plain one. It has like a little hint of lemon. And then we also have the citrus one, which does taste quite citrusy.
Do you mix them? Do you ever mix them?
I haven't yet. That's a good idea. Yeah. They're both really good.
I like to overcomplicate things. I'm like, oh, well, add something else. Put some depth to it.
It's quite good on its own. Yeah.
Okay, just do that. Don't listen to me.
Okay, wait. Back to you. Enough about my leopard sweatpants and my tea. Tell us what the training's been like.
Slow starting. I feel like 2 weeks ago, I was like, okay, I'm really going to start training. And so I started doing a couple workouts that have been pretty lackluster. I got to like 85 miles and I was like, I just don't feel like doing a second run or like trimmed on some things. And then last week I did the same thing. I watched UTMB like all day on Saturday. It didn't go all day, but I watched it. And then I watched some interviews and then I went back and watched some stuff. And I was like, oh, like now it's like 1:00. And then my run obviously got short. I think I was going to do a workout and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I did the same thing on Sunday, but with Formula One. Also, I will say like when I have stuff in the afternoon, I just like, when there's like multiple things on one day, I'm like, I'm so busy, which is stupid. There's like one thing.
I know.
There's this Red Fox Regatta, which Ryan's family sails in.
Oh,
and it's like
I saw some pictures.
Yeah, it's like a big thing, and they love it. And so they're always like, you'll be there, right? And I'm like, yes, I will be there with bells on. And I'm there. Being supportive. But yeah, like it's in the afternoon. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to drink and hang out and stay up late. And then the next day they were like, hey, we're gonna like, it's the last day of the there's a restaurant that's like right on the water. It's called The Landing and they go till Labor Day. It's like the last day it's open. We got to come down. We have a reservation. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to drink. I'm gonna have to hang out. I'm gonna have to talk. But it's awesome. You get there and you're like, okay, that was super fun.
I actually feel that so much. Adam's best friend asked us to go to dinner and to this concert on Saturday night. And I was like, oh man, like we weren't even meeting till 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm not feeling well. And then we went and had the best time. But the whole day I was like, God, I wish it was another day. I'm so tired.
I'm just busy. I'm so busy. I watch TV all day, but I put it on my laptop and like, it's YouTube. So I'm like, I'm fucking working.
It's work.
Just watching TV. So that's what I did. And point being, I cut a few things short. So I only hit 85 miles last week. And then I was like, okay, this is the week I get my shit together. So I did 20 today. Felt great.
Okay. So when you say you have like a workout, what are you doing for workouts?
I have a few people looking at it and helping me out. So kudos to the trail community. Love you all.
Yeah, nice.
Throw you a bone. So far it's just marathon training and I'm having like conversations and how to tweak some things, but I think back-to-back long runs will go in, longer long runs. And then like Joe McConaughey was like, you should really do some like longer long runs where it's time on feet, like run 7:30, 8-minute pace. And I'm like, no, like I can't do that. Like I will not do that. But he's like, yeah, maybe you should think about it.
The time on feet thing is, I think it is really important.
Yeah, but I cannot. I think
find a really hard course by where you live. That's just going to slow you down. Like something with a lot of like hills. No, you won't.
Yeah, no, I should do it. I need to, but I need to have someone else look at the schedule too, because I'm going to find the person that's like, yeah, don't do that. And then I'll be like, aha. So you're basically, I'm just doing what I want to do, which is probably not going to be the right stuff, but we'll see.
Your 50 miler, it doesn't have a lot of climb.
No, there's one section that's like, you'll lose some time on, but I don't think it's super slow. I need to look at it. There's not a ton of elevation.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with him then. Because like when I was getting ready for, I don't remember, maybe Leadville.
This is when the podcast ended. This is it.
Listen, when I was getting ready for Leadville, like I knew it was going to be hilly. So we have this hill stretch behind us on Sanitas Valley Trail, which is a mile on the dime. And you climb like 400 feet and it adds up, right? And so I would
Yeah.
just do repeat. I'm like jealous of how fit I was back then. I didn't even appreciate it because I was like, I couldn't even break 2:30 in a marathon right now, but who cares? I was like so strong. But anyway, I would go up and down that like 8 times, like shit like that. But you're preparing. That's why I agree with him, because the time on feet
It's
is
time
going to
on
be,
feet.
if there's going to be any issue, that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be the
Yeah.
pace for you. It's not going to be like you can handle a climb or two. You're really good at Boston. You're really good at New York. So that's not the stuff that's going to get you. It's going to be the fact that it's like, I'm
20
still
miles
on my
longer
feet.
than
Yeah.
anything you've ever done before. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
You're like, anyway.
Today was like a pretty cash run, and it felt like it was enjoyable, which I usually don't like long runs. Just putting that out there. I don't fucking like them.
Yeah.
So,
Do you run your
like
long runs hard?
No, I mean, sometimes I do. Like back in the day, I ran them super hard.
Yeah.
And now I can't do that, so I don't
Yeah.
run them as hard. But today, like, I was like, oh, let's just say cruise. And it was like very enjoyable, but it was still like by the end, I'm like, okay, like hit some 6:30s here.
That's pretty good.
Get this shit done with.
I mean,
I got things. I got a podcast to record. I got a nap to take. I got a ketone to down. Shit to do. No time for a 5-hour day.
Okay, well, I told you I want to do an entire Des podcast about, as we lead into this 50 miler, because people are going to want to know more about your training. And also, it's not like you've never dabbled. You are a world record holder in the ultra distance.
The 50K.
50, yeah. So it's not like you're like
the very long, very challenging over distance 50K.
Hey, 50K is an ultra.
Yeah. It is.
No matter how you slice it. I consider myself an ultramarathoner, and I only ran 150K. And I did it. So you know what I mean? It's no UTMB, but it's something.
I do feel like the trail runners and the ultra runners would be like, well, that's not our real one.
I bet. But guess what? I'm not listening to that negativity.
Yeah, shut it down.
So I think we should do a pod, because remember, you also did this run in October during COVID where you ran the same, like you've done some out there stuff, but we'll table that for a conversation later. I do want to do like a Des-centered episode.
Let's do a therapy session. What are you running from? What are you really running from? Why do you need to be out there? But also, you don't really want to be out there. You want to be done. Let's get into that.
Let's get into that, but not today. Today's not the day.
Yeah.
Okay. What else happened? So I saw some pictures of you on the sailboat. It's like so legit.
I didn't go on the sailboat. No. I did get a t-shirt. The boat's called Shazam. Shazam.
Nice.
We have some really funny stories about that, but it's a great boat, great name. And they've had it, the Lindens have had it for a long time, and they had like family friends come out to do this race that they do. So they had a good day, a fair day Saturday, and then there's like all these adjustments based on the type of boat you have. So they make a correction after the race, which is kind of frustrating because you race and you're like, cool, we came in, whatever. But then there's corrections, and like that boat finished like 25 minutes behind us, and they like corrected to beat us. Like that's bullshit.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So there was like a big controversy. There's a lot of protests around that, which I thought was pretty funny. And then Sunday they went out and there was no wind. They were like, they couldn't sail. They canceled the race. It's like, well, you do need wind for sailing. So that was a bummer. But yeah, they do a good job with it. I don't get on it too often. I just feel like there's so many lines to get tangled in.
Yeah, I mean,
like, cruise around. And every time I post anything with a boat, people are like, watch your hands. Like, yeah, I know. I go on boats all the time, and I have 10 fingers still. Like, I'm doing okay.
But that thing with your hand could totally happen to anyone. Like, just not this summer, but last summer, we were dropping Adam's boat into the water.
Yeah.
And it was a little off center, and it started, like there's like a crank thing, and it started going, and my sister went to grab it to stop it, and I grabbed her hand away from it, because like your instincts, right?
Right. You just grab.
And that was actually, but might have been 2 years ago, because it was right before you did your hand, and I was like, holy shit, like you could have taken your hand off like Des almost did, but like stuff happens.
Yeah.
Even if she's already paid her price, people. She's not going to lose her hand. I mean, knock on wood. But,
I do like them. Could open some categories up. I don't know. I don't want any part of them. But yeah, no, I think I would be fine on the boat. We do a lot of leisure sailing through Charlevoix, which is fun. And Yeah, Ryan's gotten really good at it. I think like it's kind of cool, like his relationship with his dad. And like as a kid, he was just like, I don't know, we would just like have to do summer trips on the thing. And like now he really appreciates it. And like
Yeah.
he's learned so much from his dad. And like as his dad's like not slowing down, but he's just like,
Just getting
okay, I'm
older.
gonna pass off a few things and like you can do it. It's just a cool like kind of passing of the baton. And like they make a really good team. So
That's super cool.
it's fun to watch
Sailing
from
is
land.
sailing is a little bit next level though, because I remember Garrett Heath. We both
Yeah.
do at Brooks. He told me how he took it to the face.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like he had to go to the hospital.
Right,
He like
concussed.
broke his face because the thing came across and hit him in the face.
Yeah.
I'm like, ee, that's
Yeah,
a little
that'll happen.
terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. They're smart. They're super savvy. Like they
Well,
brought
they've
it
been
up,
doing it
yeah,
forever.
from like Detroit all the way up to Charlevoix, like through all the
Wow,
lakes
that's
and stuff. I was like,
amazing.
wow, good for you.
I'm cheering you on.
It's amazing. Yeah, no, it's really cool. I just like I just feel like I'm more of a passenger. So like then when there's things to do and there's a race happening, I'm like, I just need to be out of the way.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like this corner is cool, but you know what's even better? Home.
Yeah. Stay out of it. I
Anyways,
get
one
it.
day
Yeah.
maybe I'll get on there. I do want to wear the shirt. I want to wear the Shazam shirt. And my father-in-law looked at me yesterday and he's like, "If you're gonna take a shirt, you have to sail on the boat." I was like, "Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm taking the
fair.
shirt.
That's fair
So,
though. You got to get
I'll
on
pay
there.
my dues."
Yeah.
Anyhow,
All
that was
right.
my weekend.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
And you rested up in your leopard pants.
I'm resting up. Yeah. Well, so Friday I did stuff. Friday was
Friday. Yeah.
Colt had a meet. Well, it was optional for the varsity kids, and he's the only
Ooh.
varsity kid that chose to go. But it was like such a good decision for him because it was less intense than the race the week before. He actually got to compete in the race, and
Yeah.
he ran a huge PR. He ran 16:33, and he was so like excited about it. It was perfect. It was awesome. But one of my closest friends, Anna Paffel, we've been friends since we were like 12. Her son runs for another high school, so she was there. And she like could not stop laughing. She kept taking all these pictures of me and she's like, "Oh my God, you're like officially a cross-country mom. Like you're a high school running mom." You know, and this is funny too. So I took one of Colt's shirts out of his closet. I took a Fairview shirt out of his closet and wore it. And then I had my stopwatch because I don't trust the timing system.
This is what I was going to say. I noticed the stopwatch and I was like, "Holy shit. We've lost her. She's in it."
I bought it. I love pink. I bought a pink stopwatch a few years ago when Colt started running. and so this is what was so funny is a couple of kids from Fairview, they came up to me and they were like, because they had some problems, like 2 buses went to the meet, but only 1 bus was going back. And they were like, "So is there enough space for me to go back on the bus?" And I go, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not a coach."
What?
Like
why you have a stopwatch?
A couple of parents came up to me and they were like, "So what time is practice on Monday?" And I go, "Oh, I don't know. I'm actually not a coach." And they're like, "You're not?" And I'm like, "No."
Why do you have a clipboard, ma'am? You're like
I'm just an obnoxious parent.
Scoring at the baseball game, like you learn like the numbers and the plays.
I was like, actually, no, I'm just a parent. I'm Colt's mom and I'm Adam's wife. And it was like so funny because seriously, 2 kids and 2 parents thought I was a coach and I'm not.
Checks out.
Yeah.
The profile update. It's perfect. You look like a coach. You're up in there yelling. You got I see the stopwatch. And you got the advice, obviously, like she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun.
Awesome.
It was super fun to be there with my friend too. Like we've been friends forever. We skied together as kids and like it's just fun to see like our kids competing together and our kids get along. So even though they don't go to the same school, it was awesome. I was happy for Colt. Now he goes into 2 weeks of training. They don't race again until the 13th and I'm going to miss it. But
yeah, that's good though. I feel like that's something that's missing from a lot of high school programs is like the training. Cause they're like, no, you have a dual meet this day and then an invitational this day. And you're like, how do they get in shape beside those are the workouts, you know?
Yeah. He's kind of not manipulated, but kind of like worked his way into 30 miles a week. We had agreed at 25 at the beginning of the year. But it's true. If he does a long run and then he goes to practice every day, it's pretty much impossible to keep it at 25.
Yeah.
So it's fine. You know, it's fine, but it's interesting how it escalates quickly. I can see how parents are like, all of a sudden your kid's running 40 miles a week and you're like, what happened?
Whoa. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need Anthony Ramos to hear that. His long run's coming along great. The rest of the week is like, meh. I'm like, okay, buddy.
You got to do some other work as well.
Well, it's okay. I feel like he's just like, he's so excited, but he wants the long run to be so good. So this week I'm like, shorter long run. And then we have to run
to hit something
this amount of mileage for the whole week.
Yeah.
So like take advantage of that short long run.
Yeah.
But also do the other. We'll see. I like he's come a long way. I'm excited. I'm gonna run some with him. I think I'm gonna drop out at some point, and Garrett is gonna run with him. So I'm like, Garrett, I'm doing everything I can, man. But I feel like plan for a long time on feet. Garrett needs to do a 5-hour long run.
Yeah. I don't know if he's capable. He's just one of those guys that runs like 20 miles a day and still can like run a marathon pretty good. Yeah.
20 miles a month.
Right. Yeah. He'll like run for 20 minutes and he's like, oh, I feel good. You know, I think well, he and I have talked about this and you're not at this point yet. So like for the first couple of years when you stop racing competitively, you can kind of like hop in stuff. And like I had a group of friends before I was diagnosed with dystonia that go up and run on the Continental Divide and they'd be like, do you want to go? I'd be like, yes. And we do these like long excursions and I'm fine. But if they were to call me today, they wouldn't call me because I would slow them down so much. It's like an epic decline. Like you hang on to that fitness for a couple of years and then it's just sort of like,
it's use it or lose it, man.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, I got to have a goal so that I can keep staying in shape. My thighs chafed today and I was pretty depressed. Which we'll probably get in trouble for that. I'm just saying it happened.
Okay. Chafe is like a real thing.
The chafe is real. Chafe don't lie.
And it's like at
chafe
different times.
Lie.
Like I would get chafe here. Like I get chafe here.
Yeah.
Sometimes like during my period, it sucks. It makes you feel bad about yourself, but it's real.
Yeah. Happens. No, it was good. It was like hey, like we got to get serious about training. I think it was just humid, to be honest. But
well, that's a big part of it. Is just like when you're sweating a lot, right?
I pouted a little bit.
Yeah, I would pout too.
Anyways, someone's going to be mad about that, and I'm sorry. Probably. It's just real. It just happens, and that's okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes.
Digressed.
Runner mom went to this little concert with friends, and then I rested yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm still kind of in rest mode because I'm still in my sweatpants.
Yeah. No, it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
You've earned that.
Okay, let's move on.
Earned that holiday. I had a really good connection. Oh, I was going to connect this to something with marathon training and what people are doing. I feel like we're doing more of these episodes, like for people to listen to.
I know. There's a lot that we have to pay attention to. So there was a big race today. Is that what we want to talk about?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. There was a big race today. New Haven, 20K. US champs. I never raced there. Did you race there?
A couple times. It's hilly. It's not a tough course, but there's some rollers and it's usually ridiculously hot and humid. And I think today was probably one of the better weather days in a long time.
So when I moved back to Colorado, I told Wetmore I wanted to do it, that I had never done it. I always wanted to do it. And he was like, he's from the East Coast.
Why
And
the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. He was like, why would we fly all the way out there and you go run in like a hot, humid suit? Like, why would we do that? No, we'll just stay here and train.
Stay at home. Because it sounds fun. Yeah, but then you'd be out there and your thighs would chafe and you'd be like, well, fuck.
He was right. But there were some fast times today. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's exciting. I mean, I think the weather being good helped the times a lot, obviously, but take advantage of the conditions you get. Obviously, Connor Mance wins on the men's side, sets an American record, and I think he pulled the next two through under the previous American record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Were quite
Hillary Bohr and Rodriguez. I don't know him.
Yeah, I think he's with the Puma group. Pretty young kid, but it's been, I want to say this is like, maybe he's opening up his season in the fall, like just getting things rolling right now.
Okay. It says he's 27, so he's a year younger than Mance. But yeah, that those top three were rolling. I mean, Connor Mance was 56-16, Hillary Bohr 56-32, and Rodriguez 56-34. Yeah. That's fine.
I think they were together for a long time, and then Mance just kind of put the wood to him late. But that's a great run from Bohr, who I always forget to think of him as this long distance road guy. Because I'm like,
well, because he was the steeple guy forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can't convert and like be good right away. It'll take a while.
Right. Like, just kidding.
Yeah. No, I'm good. So yeah, that was exciting. And he's entered in New York, right? Didn't we say that?
Yeah, he's in New York.
Okay.
So that'll be good. Casey Klinger was in 5th in 58:05. What do you think about that?
It's exciting. I mean, I'm sure he probably stuck his nose in it and like went with that front group. So aggressive. And then you just go like, okay, what can I kind of preserve here and hold on to? And like, I think that's a great run from him. And it looks like the guys he's mixing it up with are probably other folks in that Chicago field that he's going to be racing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's fun.
What do you think about Mance? Like, what does he need to do between now and Chicago? Does he need to race again?
I think he needs to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I think it sounded like he felt like that was really on par with his Houston race,
Mm-hmm.
which I think Houston would have been much earlier
Yes.
than
In
this is
relation to
relative to
Boston. Yeah.
relative to Chicago. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like he's either in heavy training and it's like this is a far superior to performance because like it's in the middle of heavy training, or like it's the same. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Well, he's on top of it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's all there. I think the weather's in Chicago is the big X factor. You just never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Um, I don't know. Do you think this indicates any kind of jump, or do you think?
I think this is a jump from what we saw. He ran the 10,000 at pre
Yeah.
and he looked really flat. This looks like a lot better to me.
What did he run there? I mean, he probably split faster today.
He did. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
He ran 27 something. I want to say mid,
Yeah, I think there was
but maybe
27:50 or 40 today.
yeah. I mean,
So
it
on the
just
roads,
yeah. He's definitely like getting better. Not
yeah,
that was bad at pre.
it's just
It
kind of
just
surprising from a guy
yeah.
who's
I just
always
was
on.
like, I know how competitive he is, and he had said he'd like to go sub 27, and I sort of was like, well, I'm not sure if he'd done the work to do that, you know?
Yeah,
So it was, like it kind of reminded me of American distance running in the late 90s, early 2000s, where it's like the race is happening and then here's the American like trying not to get lapped. And like American distance running has come so far since
yeah,
then.
yeah.
So it's like kind of weird to see, and especially with him because he's just so good. But we have to remember like he's not a 10,000 meter guy. He's a marathoner
Yeah.
guy, you
I
know?
think you have to be a specialist now.
Yeah, I
You know what
agree.
I mean? Like you can't be like a distance guy and bounce around 5:10 half marathon, dabble with them. Like you can't dabble in anything. You have to be like I am a
You got to be
10K
all in.
guy or I am
Yeah,
a marathoner.
right.
Even the half to the marathon gets a little bit,
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense. Um Little shout out to Robert Miranda, 10th. It's kind of like a guy who's not talked about a lot, but he puts up these good results all the time that are just out right on the bubble. Signed with the BAA recently, so that's exciting.
Nice.
And I think he's a name worth watching.
All right. I like it when you give us your little inside scoops.
Yeah.
I did notice that Galen Rupp was in the field.
Yeah.
He finished 19th, I think a little over an hour.
I mean, he's got to be like, I'm going to use every fucking day to get ready for Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we haven't seen him do anything in about a year. And
hmm
like, there's surgeries and injuries and the whole thing. So I'm sure he's taking every day he can get. But it's also like, got to be realistic about aging and where you're at and what the new like goal is that you're chasing down. And I think a
Right.
really prime example is like Kipchoge,
Right.
which we could go right there. We could do the women's side.
Let's do the women and then we'll do that. We'll
Okay.
go back and make that segue.
Okay.
Okay, women.
You pull them up.
Okay.
I didn't
Well,
follow
Aubrey
this as
Friend the
closely.
Way won. And I'm going to be totally honest, I didn't really know who she was. She got second at Grandma's Marathon this year in 2:27.
Yeah.
And I think it was her second marathon. Her first marathon, she ran like 2:35. And at the time, I didn't really know who she was. I'm going to be totally honest. She had gone to BYU and she was good, All-American, but not like
Yeah.
a total standout. And she's been training with Ed Eyestone and she ran 65:36. And I don't know. I'm like, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I think that BYU group, like that Utah crew, is just, they're so good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think that like when you're comparing yourself to Kira D'Amato or, Emily Vinters or whoever it is down there, it's like, that's the expectation. So it's not weird to go to the front and be like, well, yeah, I'm running like 5:15s, 5:06s,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah. I thought that was a great result from her. And also interesting to think she was coached by Diljit, who I think is an amazing coach, obviously, who
Mhm.
now is coaching pros, but they have to be Nike. So she's with Saucony. So she's been training with Ed, but it seems to be working just fine.
What do you think the crossover is there? Any? Are they just like, nah?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh,
can they mix it up, or is it like water, oil, pa?
I don't know. I try to think about some of those like training videos that we see.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like Diljit's women are in those training runs.
Be a question for a Utah trip.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yes. Hopefully we get one. We're hoping, we're hoping for a Utah trip. There was a lot of hope we'd make it there between Worlds in Chicago, but it turns out one of us is training for something quite serious, and it's not me. So this wasn't the right time. But we really want to go to Utah because it seems like a lot of cool stuff is coming out of there, and we want to go and see it. Yeah.
It was cold, by the way.
It was Des and her 50 miler, which is fair. She needs to train. Okay. So anyway, I think that I just think it's fascinating what's happening up there. So many people running and running well. And I do think it's like when you get big groups of people together, special things happen. So
sure.
It's pretty cool.
It's exciting. No, that's a huge win and another feather in the cap for the program.
Yeah.
I thought Frisbee's result was interesting because it's just so early in the build. I don't know if it tells me much or it's like, it's a little surprising.
I thought she'd be a little bit closer to the front, but I also wouldn't have picked Friend the Way running 65 minutes in a 20K. So I don't know, also maybe Frisbee's just training a lot, right? Like she has big goals for the fall. And so maybe she's training through this.
Like how fit do you want to be right now if you're racing New York?
Right. Well, you don't. And if you're racing, so you basically have 2 months to go, right? And you don't want to be taking down weeks necessarily.
Right. Like you don't have to recover from this.
No. So it's, I just remember like when I was racing, there would be one that I would actually rest like 2 or 3 days for in the prep, one half, and then another half or like a 10 miler or whatever, where I just trained right through it. Like literally just the day before I would back off a few miles. And they both served different purposes. One was to really spin the legs and go for it and see what happened. But it still was training through. It'd still be like at the end, instead of 125 mile week, it was 120 when it was all said and done.
You have to do the 6 mile cool down or whatever.
Yeah. You're like, see you in 10 miles. But so there's different ways to run these things. So it's always hard to know exactly what it means.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I haven't seen Edna Kurgat in a while.
Yeah.
I was like, where has she been, right? Because she was running 10Ks for a little while. She was running really well, and I just haven't seen her. So it was good to see her back out there. She was in 3rd place. And 2nd place was a woman that I don't really know, who I guess just got American citizenship.
Okay.
I think she's won Houston Marathon a couple of times, I think I read.
Can you give the name?
Degifa?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's always interesting.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if that's U.S. championship results or maybe it's just an open.
No, this is the U.S. championship results.
Okay.
And I read that she just, this is her first race as an American citizen.
Oh, interesting.
So
shake things up.
Super interesting. Yeah.
Take a sip of tea.
Okay, take us to the Kipchoge. Back to the men.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously Galen is experiencing this time in his career where it's like, what are my goals? How good am I? What, there's a decline. That's just aging. It's natural.
Right.
And no, who knows? Maybe he'll prove us all wrong in a couple months. But that's just the reality. At some point it will happen. And I think we've seen that with Kipchoge, obviously. And like, he's 40 plus,
Right.
I don't know what his actual age is. But he's past his prime. We'll say that. And I think you're seeing that in the results. And obviously he's going to be billed as like a headliner in any race he's in and be kind of propped up of like this champion, which he should be, he deserves to be. But I think the expectations need to come back a little bit. And you're seeing that in the results too.
I think what I find annoying is that there's other people in the race.
What?
And this isn't against Kipchoge. I love him. I love it when he speaks. But as we've been saying, we've seen a little decline since the Tokyo Olympics. It's just been slow, but it's been happening as a normal adult is. I think he won a world title in like 2003 on the track. It's 2025. Like, give me a break. The guy can't be on top forever. So I think it's cool to see him out there. He can do whatever he wants. He is literally, I hate it when people are like, GOAT status, but he literally is the GOAT. He can do whatever he wants. Well, actually, we had that whole episode where I argued maybe someone else was, but I don't even want to get into that. but he's one of the best to ever do it. There's no doubt he's changed the game. And if he wants to keep racing and slow down, like I think it's great seeing him out there. But what I don't like is when I'm like, wait, well, who did win the Sydney Marathon? And I can't find it anywhere on any of the major running platforms. It's like Safan Hassan won. Kipchoge finishes 6th or 8th. I don't even know what place he finished. I should know because it's everywhere. But there's nothing about the winner. And I think that's weird.
It took a while to dig into that. Yeah, it was like, the headlines are super funny. I mean, there was that one, and then there was also over the weekend, Ruth Croft upsets Courtney Dauwalter.
That headline pissed me off. So was that on Runner's World that you saw that?
Yeah.
I'm like, Courtney got 10th. Why are we talking? Like, we can get there. I love Courtney Dauwalter. I'm a fan. I will stand for her. And so it's not about her name.
It's not a knock. It's just like,
but it is a knock. Like, why are you saying that? Just talk about Ruth Croft and what she just did. Like, it's not like Courtney had like the best day of her life and she got leaned at the line. Courtney struggled. She struggled to finish. She ended up in 10th. I love her. I love that she finished. But why are you bringing her name into it?
Right.
Let Ruth Croft just be the champion.
Right. New champion.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's like, those big names will get you to click a link.
Right.
Or they're like what people recognize, like, oh, like, let me see how this person that I already know did. But it's like, you hold back the people that you should be learning and getting to know.
The new people that are coming in or that
that's the name you need to sell even more because that's the future, you know?
Right. So Kipchoge was 9th. I looked at just Runner's World just on their Instagram because I knew that would be up there and it was. but that's, I think that's what bugs me is it's like you can also have a third slide.
Right.
Where you talk about Kipchoge and this historical athlete performer and what he finished. But there's an ushering of a new guard and like new athletes. Like, don't we want to know who they are?
Right.
I mean, I could not find, and granted, I looked at like Sidious, Runner's World, the Sydney Marathon Instagram.
Oh no.
And I did not see the winner.
Give me the winner's name.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher it. Haile Mariam Kebdeu. Kebdeu.
I pulled it up too,
but he ran 206.06 and Sydney is hilly. I didn't realize that Sydney has more climb than Boston and New York. And
that course looked like a nightmare.
Yeah, so that's like a really good time. And I just feel like, why aren't we learning more about him? And again, this isn't a slam at Kipchoge. We can have 3 stories.
Haile Mariam Kiros. It's just a stab.
Oh, yours just has. Oh, does yours not have Kebdeu at the back?
No,
the last name?
No. Could be there. I could just.
I have these results.
It was on a second line. Okay. Yeah, that's the results. You're right.
Okay. Anyway, great performance out of him, but I don't know anything about it because I heard that I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But
I think it's hard to watch.
The coverage was really difficult.
Yeah.
And I just feel sometimes I get frustrated with us runner community we're just like, we hang on to this one athlete and we miss someone else's moment because we're hanging on to this other athlete. Like Kipchoge's had a lot of moments and he deserves them, but this guy deserves one. He just won his first major. Yeah. Which we can also talk about.
I mean, I think it can go either way too. It's like, okay, we know this guy, Kipchoge, has this huge following. So if we plug his name in, Kiros is going to get an amplification of eyeballs. If you include his name.
Right.
But, like with Courtney Dauwalter, Ruth Croft, like, okay, we know Dauwalter's name is going to get people to look here. And then we can talk it like that will elevate Ruth.
Right.
But it's also like how you set it up too. Is it pitting women against each other? I feel like that was a lot of the comments. It was like, why would you like put this as 2 women, being rivals or something?
I hated everything about that headline.
Yeah.
Because you could say which included a stellar field, including Courtney Dauwalter. There's a million different ways to say it where you use the clickbait of Courtney's name to get the headline, but just to be like, oh, she upsets Courtney and everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else that was also, like
crushes the field, including blah, blah, blah. Like she dominated it.
Right. But just to set it up as if it was like a certain thing that Courtney was going to run or Courtney was having the run of her life and Ruth beat her. Like that's just, it's gross.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Come on, Runner's World.
Yeah.
And just everybody in general. Don't do that.
Fair enough.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the Sydney Marathon though. So I didn't realize it was a super hilly course, but now I know it's super hilly and
ton of turns. Like it winds all through the whole town. Like you see every block in Sydney.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Looks tough.
And then Safan Hassan won the women's race.
Of course.
Which is 0% shocking for us because she served us humble pie last year at the Olympics, where we were like, there's no way she's going to be able to come back and run this marathon after running the 5 and the 10.
Right. You have to be a specialist. I just said that. She's like, I fucking told you. You have to be a specialist or Safan Hassan.
Or Safan Hassan. Okay, these are the things.
Fine.
But I did think it was interesting to see Bridget Kosgei get second and see her back. Yeah. She was the huge name before Safan Hassan and before
Chip and Vidic.
Yeah, because she
running in Chicago.
Because she ran 2:14 and she was the one that finally knocked Paula Radcliffe's record down, right? Yeah. And so she ran 2:14 and it was like people lost their minds over it.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of, I don't know, I feel like she ran decent at the Olympics where Molly won the bronze. I feel like she was in the top 4 or 5. She might have gotten silver even. But then I feel like we haven't seen her since then.
Quiet.
Yeah, pretty quiet. Or a lot of like scratches or just not great races. So to see her run 2:18.56 and get second, I thought was pretty good.
Legit.
Yeah.
That's legit, especially on a tougher course.
Okay.
Yes.
How do we feel? I mean, we kind of talked about it before, I think, but how do we feel about I think we did talk about it, how it kind of waters down a little bit some of these wins. But this Sydney Marathon was hard to follow.
Yeah.
All of the reporting was about Hassan and Kipchoge. It was like a foregone conclusion that these are your stars. I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, and like even putting that field together with the World Athletics requirements like dilutes everything else.
Yes.
And it's already kind of problematic with trusting clean athletes, and like you have this really limited pool, and then you have to make decisions based on that, and like who's clean, who might get popped, like what do I think is going to work. And now it just gets even thinner, and I think it's only going to grow. I think we should have a longer episode dedicated to this topic of the World Marathon Majors, and even like a UTMB, Western States, Ironman, like this whole qualification, like super exclusive club to get into. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if it opens it up for World Marathon Majors for the masses. Like, okay, well, we have another one, so you can get your 6 stars, but you have 7
but now
opportunities.
You have to have enough money to fly to all these places to get all those stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, do you want 7 stars, or is it like stick 6 stars, but we have 10 opportunities?
Right.
So I don't know what that will look like. But yeah, you're right. Like someone's going to be like, well, I want 27 stars.
Right.
I'm like, fuck. Okay. That's expensive.
I think that Dina, I didn't see confirmation that she finished, but I'm sure she did. And she officially has run them all now, which is kind of cool.
Super rich.
And she won 2 of them. And she's so rich. She's not. I mean, I think she's normal. But she's Dina Castor. So I doubt that she has to like.
Yeah. She's not paying their.
I feel like someone's flying her over there.
One would hope.
She still has to go and get it done. Yeah.
I wonder if she might have to buy her New York bib.
We should ask her.
Yeah.
People were not happy about that, by the way. They were on my side. Des Linden should not have to buy a bib at New York.
Brooks is getting it. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I could complain to someone, but I'm also like, it's like $315, which is not nothing.
That's not nothing.
But Brooks is $1 billion company, so.
Okay, well, whatever. But
Uncle Warren's got it.
You followed UTMB. Yeah, let's move on. You followed UTMB much closer than I did. Because I didn't watch it. I was just following it on social. So I have just a personal question. What is it that makes you so interested? Is it because you see yourself there someday?
No, I was only interested in watching the Croft dog. Ruth Croft, the Croft dog. The Croft duster. Blowing away the field. No, I was super invested in her race. She's gone on a few of the trips we've done.
Cool. Okay.
And so she went all in on it this year, and just like this incredibly nice person. Yeah. So I was watching her race really closely. I knew she was going to have a good day. I knew when she canceled on her Swiss Alps trip, she was like, my coach said this doesn't make sense. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like that's the move. That's what you should be doing. Yeah. But she was like dialed. And I don't think it was, I guess it's an upset because Courtney is Courtney, but like if you looked how she ran last year, like she went out super slow and then just absolutely destroyed the second half of that race. And you're like, well, yeah, like if you had doled this out a little bit differently, like you probably could have won it in your first year or at least been a lot closer. So coming back, you're like, yeah, she's got the experience. She's figured it out. She's going to put something together that's pretty epic.
So she becomes the first woman to win all 3 titles there.
Yeah.
Which is
OCC,
also
CCC, UTMB, GOAT, the Croft Dog.
Okay, well, I don't think I've ever met her, but I'm a fan now. Like, she sounds awesome. I mean, I'm always invested in Courtney Dauwalter because she's just amazing. And she came on the Clean Spark Collective podcast when we had that. And I just think she handles herself really well. And but like you can't win everything, right? Like you have bad days or you get just like we're seeing with Kipchoge. So I thought she handled herself super well. But it was cool to see Ruth take it. And I mean, even Courtney at her best, who knows? Like this month might have just been Ruth's day no matter what.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't like Courtney wasn't dogging it out there. You know,
no, Courtney went for it.
A good section of it, and
she went for it, and then she started to suffer, and
but
we can all relate to that.
Pretty fucking epic. Like the weather was insane. They're like, oh, it's snowing. We're going to cut off this section of the course because we don't want them going up there. Like,
I know. Well, that's what I think is so crazy. Like at least 2 of the races, they had to reroute them at different places. One of them, it ended up being longer. It's supposed to be that's a nightmare. 50K.
Imagine you're out there and they're like, oh, hey.
Yeah, they ended up adding a few miles to it, I think, because of the weather and rerouting people. But so it wasn't necessarily as steep, but they had more mileage. I mean, some of the footage I was seeing, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like hardcore weather. And you're just, I don't know. It's super impressive to me.
I think that was what was really cool about Ruth's race too. Like she actually DNF'd earlier this year. I can't remember the race, Transvolcania. I feel like it's fucking made up. Like they just made up a name. They're like T-Rexosaurus Volcania. Like that's not a race. Anyway, she DNF'd Magical Race, and because she got hypothermia, and like when it started pissing rain, Ryan and I were watching. We're like, oh great. Like I'm a little nervous. Like what the mindset's going to be. Is that going to stick in your head? And afterwards, she was like, I was like so perfect because I had this experience, this DNF, and I knew. Like, these are the changes I would have made. This is exactly what I would have done different. And that's actually when she got passed. She stopped to put on like waterproof pants to get warm. And she made all these adjustments and was like, I'm not going to push here. I'm just going to like conserve and get through the rain, get through the night, and then race when I'm ready to race. And like that, using those experiences was like, that's what made her day.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. All those images too, seeing how close. I mean, it would freak me out about how close the crowds are at certain points.
There's no way, dude.
It's just, Colt was seeing some of the stuff and he was like, wow, it's so different than here in the US where it's like, good job. And everyone's like, to the
fenced
side.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating, but I don't know that much about UTMB. I know that Hoka got involved a couple of years ago because some people I was on a podcast with were talking about it, but I don't really know. They're just a sponsor, I think.
Okay.
But how do you qualify for those races?
That's a great question because I was like looking at it and it's like you have to have these stones, and I'm like, okay.
I already hate this.
Listen. Or like there's like automatic qualifiers, there's certain like selection races, and then there's like a ranking system where you can that's I think part of what bothers me, and also with Western states, is like if you really want to be like the championship race, there's got to be an elite field of X amount of size and ways to like let people in that maybe like couldn't go get their stones. Like, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, but if Courtney's dinged up all year and she doesn't qualify, but she's been healthy long enough to train and she wants to race it, like you let her in.
Right.
Because it's good for the race and it's good for the racers. And Ruth Croft doesn't want to win because Courtney wasn't allowed in.
Right.
She wants to win because she's the fucking best,
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't know. Like I'm not really sure on the qualification. I did look at it because I was like, this is interesting. I want to run a mountain.
Yeah.
It took him. Then I was like, it took a lot of them 24 hours, and I was like, dude, I don't. That's crazy.
Well, you could run one of the shorter ones.
Yeah, no.
You're like, I'm all or nothing.
It's
I'm
all or nothing.
UTMB or nothing, baby.
Yeah, but then you start looking at the qualifications, and you're like, I don't know. I don't even know if I have enough money to do this. Like, I have to go to where and do what race, and like,
Well, that's what
it's crazy.
a couple years ago, people were saying, because they were sponsored by Hoka and Hoka was becoming the sponsor of it. And they said, like, I can't do that. I have a full-time job. And I know it's important that we race there, but I actually can't go and do all these qualifying races because I have a full-time job. And so I have to race here in the United States. And then that doesn't necessarily get me into all the, yeah. And so I didn't really understand it at the time. I still don't totally understand it, but it's interesting to me.
Yeah, I need to talk to someone who can give like a clear picture of what it actually looks like. Because maybe, I don't know. It's not like you could go do one thing and check the box unless you're like a rock star, right? Because everyone's going to be at that race.
Yeah.
So it's like probably going to have to chase a few different things. It's also, I don't know, I guess I look at the World Marathon Major world where they're like, oh, like you're going to bring this much attention. Here's an appearance fee. We'll put you up. And there's like, it's bougie. It's fine. I'll say it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend this much time training, be guaranteed nothing.
Wait. That was a really good point. Keep talking, because when I found out how much they actually made,
it's what? Disgusting. It's disgusting. I want to say it's like 30 grand, maybe 40. It's not enough to run 100 miles.
No, wait, I saw it somewhere. $15,000 for the shorter one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I bet it's 40, 30.
See, now I don't know. I too much pressure for me to find it out on the spot. No. Oh, Croft won $23,000.
That can't be right. That breaks my heart. I mean, and then you're like, the sponsors are basically that's how you're making your living. Like,
right.
It's Adidas is her sponsor and they're paying her to do this. And like, you look at the numbers of people there, the entries have to be insane. The entries for all the qualification races, like they have the funds to treat the athletes right. You got to pay the athletes.
I was stunned to see $23,000. I don't know why, because it is so big. You see those pictures. Right. There are people everywhere cheering for these athletes. Right. They're coming in. It is bigger than a world marathon major, the way there are people everywhere. And so I was kind of stunned to see $23,000 for the win. I was like, what? Send that woman home with $100K. Like, write that woman a check.
It's $1,000 an hour. Time on feet. Yeah. But don't, like, that's not a cent for training.
Right. Right.
And for the year.
That's pretty crazy.
It's just, I don't know. It's a little bit tough to see how, because it's a massive event that makes so much money. And like, they did a broadcast and they put commercials throughout that show. And, what's the economic boost for the city of Chamonix?
Right.
Like, everyone's making money. And then you're like,
right.
And they're like, love of the game. Like, you just do it for the love of the game. Shh, you should just be happy to be here.
You should be happy. Yeah.
Right. Like, drives me crazy. So that part is like
not cool.
Makes me a little bit bummed, but
okay. Well, I still can see you racing there someday.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it for love of the game. I'm at the love of the game point in my career anyhow, so maybe.
Okay. There are 2 more things I wanted to quick talk about.
Okay. Shit. Okay, let's have a short episode.
Actually 3, but I'm knocking the Foot Locker thing off. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
The next one is just Diamond League, because we had talked to our listeners about maybe Yard and Goose getting in by winning the Diamond League final.
Yes.
And he did not. He ended up, 7th. I don't know what place he ended up, 7th, I think. Yeah. So he doesn't move on. I think that was just basically it. Like, he doesn't move on. We don't get to see him ever.
Following. Yeah, I mean, it was like an exciting end to the Diamond League, kind of that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a great, like, hey, this guy used this system to get in, which there's problems with it. And we talked about it. Like, who's your agent? Like,
right.
How much money do you have to travel around? Which are, whatever. But it was interesting.
So there was a few Americans who were on the line. Yard and Goose didn't end up getting in, ran great, but didn't have enough at the end. In the 800, Josh Hoey had a shot, but I don't know what place, he kind of faded when he realized it wasn't going to happen. And then if Grant Fisher won the 3000, Cooper Tier was going to get to go.
Yeah.
And then, which is also
It's kinda
so
hard,
weird.
yeah.
Like, whatever.
Right, because you have the Diamond League winner would take a
Who
spot.
takes a spot, and
then
then
you
since
open
Grant's
it
already
up.
qualified, then it goes back to the next person in
Right.
line, and that would have been Cooper Tier. So Grant Fisher ends
300
up
didn't have
getting
it,
second by hundredths, I think.
Yeah.
And so Cooper Tier doesn't get to go. But one of the feel-good stories was the men's 400,
Yeah.
where Vernon Norwood, who, like, I've never met him, but everybody loves him.
Just
Nobody
like
has anything
yeah.
bad to say about him. Like last year at the Olympics when Quincy Wilson was nervous, he was like talking him off
It's
the
like
ledge.
Big Brother, right?
Yeah, everyone has like the best things to say about him. And he just had an off day, I feel like, at the US Champs and finished fourth. And it was like so disappointing, like always on the relay, but he wanted to run individually. And then anyway, an American won the Diamond League, and that American is already qualified. And so he now gets to go to the World Champs as an individual. So that was kind of fun.
That's cool.
But
good story.
Yeah, the rest of them, I mean, I have mixed feelings on all of that anyway, but
Fair.
I was happy to see him go because he seems like a really great guy. So there's actually two more things I want to talk about.
Keep firing them off.
Okay. I just wanted to give everybody an update. We got another update on Grand Slam track, which, it makes me crazy when I think about Grant Fisher missing the win by a couple hundredths, or Yard Nagoose looking a little bit tired after he had run Grand Slam. And we read an article which basically said that they never had secured $30,000, even though they said, $30 million.
Yeah.
Even though that's what they reported, we have 30 million, we're going to spend it. And they actually had only secured, I don't remember how much, maybe 19 million or something.
Would you rather be Ruth, who just did a 100-miler and won, 23? Did you say 32?
23.
Or a Grand Slammer who did a whole season and
who's supposed to be getting paid $300,000. Like, I think that Kenny Bednarek is owed $300,000, but he's not. Yeah,
like a goose egg.
So I think I feel a little bit sad as a person who like loved Michael Johnson, and he was the favorite at one Olympics. Can't remember if it was 92 or 96, and he got food poisoning and didn't win, and he came back in 96 or 2000. People are going to be mad at me that I don't remember this, but there's a lot going on in my brain right now. And he came back and won, and he was sobbing with his gold shoes, just sobbing on the awards. And I always have like really looked up to him. And my massage therapist in my career had worked with him and would always talk so highly of him. I just feel like he just took a dump on his legacy.
He didn't do anything positive for it. That's for sure. I don't know. It is kind of a bummer because I don't know if it's like a lack of business savvy. Do you think he was malicious? Like, I think he wanted to help track. I think he wanted to help track a ton of money. I just don't maybe he just not very good at reading the contracts, but decisions should have been made along the way that could have I don't know.
It said in that article they had an investor who was in for X amount and was willing to do more potentially based on how the season was going. And it said that after the very first slam in Kingston, that sponsor said, "No, you're not getting any more money from us." And yet they proceeded on they had all the money and they didn't.
Right.
So it's I don't know what you do now. I mean, I don't know how it could possibly come back for another year. And I also don't feel like he can be trusted. And I think about people like Kenny Bednarek or Josh Kerr or Grant Fisher are owed hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's sorry.
Yeah. Brutal. Thanks for believing in me. It doesn't really matter if it was malicious or not. It's just wrong. And the fact that there was so much lying.
Right. But that was the thing you were hung up on, which I agree with you on, where he would say, "I just want to be transparent." And it's he never was.
You weren't for a second. You were never transparent. Do you know what that word means? Yeah. So whether it was malicious or not, it takes a really nasty turn when you're well, it wasn't forthcoming at all.
No. I feel really bad for those athletes that could have been racing in the Diamond League or could have been getting, because the whole thing kept going, well, they're making more by being there than being at the Diamond League. Well, turns out no. And, I feel bad that they find themselves in a position where they thought they were going to make significant money. And now it's just sort of I don't know how they're ever going to get that money.
I also hate that they dunked on the Diamond League quite a lot, maybe just be friendly to everyone.
Right.
I don't know. That was just kind of irritating because the whole thing was the only reason to go there was the money.
Right. And the money wasn't there.
Yeah.
But they didn't know,
I know.
to be fair. But okay, so I feel like we've beat that horse, but it was just new news that it was confirmed that they actually did not have the money that they said they had.
I thought that article was really good. I think it was in the New York Times or the Athletic, same. And it was cool that there was actually reporting done on it. Like someone went in and got like good sources, contacts, got good information, and had something that they were able to publish instead of people just like whispering.
Right.
Like I'm not going to stick my neck out and say anything huge without someone who has actually done the work and has done the due diligence. So it's nice to see that reporting done. How about that?
Okay. There's one last thing I want to talk about, which was a doping positive this week.
Oh God.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
I'm pissed off about this one.
This is a loaded one for me, but go ahead. Okay. This is an episode. This is a whole episode.
Shadrach, is it Biwat? Biwat. Shadrach Biwat, who Chris and I used to host a podcast with Shanna Burnett called the Clean Sport Collective Podcast, and we had Shaddy on right after I think he podiumed at Boston or something. And I'm so disappointed. Nothing surprises me anymore. Like nothing. Yeah. I'm always like, ugh, okay. But I guess I feel especially offended when someone comes on in like a podcast that is about making these ethical choices. Like you came on our pod, I think twice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like you talk about the importance and why it means so much to you. And then you fucking do EPO. I'm pissed about it.
Yeah.
No, it's just so disappointing. And like, I know that he says that there's something wrong with the test, but it was blood and urine. It was found in both.
It's like synthetic EPO, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was exogenous. It wasn't created in the body. And I obviously there's a sad story here because he felt like he had to do that. And I never used to, but I do have a little bit of empathy for people, but I'm still pissed off and disappointed and annoyed.
Yeah, I have a lot to unpack with that one.
Well, let's do it.
No, I don't have time. I don't have time. Yeah, I mean, I know Shaddy and I like him. I have theories on what happened, but none of them are like justifications. And when you go out and say that it was the test and the testing and the testers and I'm innocent, like I don't care anymore. I'm just pissed.
Right.
So, yeah. Like just own it. Just own it.
Yeah. I thought the reaction was interesting. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's such a nice guy." And I'm like, "And they all are nice. They all are nice to certain people."
People cheat.
Yeah, like and then someone was saying like good people make bad choices. And I agree, but this is when I get especially annoyed just because he's an American or you know him, it's not extra special.
No.
He still made that choice. Just like all the other people that you are easily like, ban them for life, screw them, get them out of here. Just because you had a conversation or you went to dinner with him or, you know what I mean? Like, I do agree that good people make bad choices. I don't feel like he's this horrible human. I think he should be banned. But I just think the reaction is always interesting when people are like, "Oh, but he's so nice." It's like, yeah.
That's the blueprint. Be nice.
Yeah.
And you'll get the sympathy at least.
Yeah.
And you can pretend that it didn't happen or it's not real.
Or it's not real. Yeah, or somehow they got screwed. But
if you're an asshole, they'll be like, see, and then you don't have it, it's like, right, just be nice. Be nice. Cheat with a smile.
Adam used to always go, because we would question people's integrity and they'd go, "Oh, but he's so nice." And you go, "They're all fucking nice because they're laughing their way to the bank, you idiots."
Yeah, exactly. Cheat with a smile.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that it was super disappointing and it doesn't mean I hate him. I really don't. But I was just disappointed. And I was disappointed with his reaction and the reaction around it. It's just like I said, nothing surprises me, but I was kind of like, dang, like I believe this guy hardcore. And that doesn't mean that he was cheating before. Of course it doesn't. But there's a lot of people who have been quiet on this one who say once a cheater, always a cheater. So anyway.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to do a ketone top 5.
Let's do a top 5. Yeah, we always have rotating discounts with ketones. So go to the show notes, check those out, and give it a try. I feel like we went from very sleepy to very amped up.
I mean, this works.
Focused. I actually felt like I was on. I might need another one soon. Media. Oh, yeah. Like.
I can't stand that, by the way.
Drives me nuts.
Why did you do this?
Yeah, like it's a sock liner in the shoe. Like, like, what are we doing?
I will say I use these for commentating now, and I mean, I seriously think it just makes me feel more clear.
Yeah, no, I
even though I was kind of scattered today, but I swear it was better than.
Imagine if you hadn't had hit.
I hadn't had this would have been a really, really bad episode. Okay, top 5.
All right, what do you got? Fire away.
Oh, I will say, cheering with my friend. Shout out to Anna Paffel again. Ooh, she also listens to our pod on her way to work, and she told me that she can't do it anymore because she starts laughing too hard to get in a car accident. But shout out to Anna Paffel and her son Will Paffel, who runs cross country for Legacy, and being able to cheer with her, it's just amazing. Like, I could never have imagined when we were skiing together in high school that we would still be friends and our sons would choose the same sport and we'd get to see each other. Like, we don't live in the same city, but we live close enough that our kids compete against each other, and it's just so fun.
Love that.
So yeah, cheering with Anna was really fun.
Okay, I'm going to go with Formula One is back. Summer break is over. The races are on. If you're watching, it's a pretty good season. The last race was wild. We got to go down to the last 2 laps. The championship, the driver championship's on the line. Big shakeup. So if you're not a fan, but you like good racing, just like good racing,
all right,
tune in. It's back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm going to mess this one up.
That's okay.
But our friends, Adam's best friend, Tim Catalano, and his wife, Laura, we went to dinner with them. And then we went to this outdoor concert in the Broomfield airport. There's this tiny little airport. So we got to see all these cool planes and all this stuff. But I'm going to mess up the name of the band. I think it was called the Petty Nicks. Ooh. Petty and the Nicks. I don't know. It's a cover band that does Tom Petty and
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Love it.
And I'm serious. It was like so great. Like, they would do Tom Petty songs and they would do Stevie Nicks songs, or basically like Fleetwood Mac songs. And it was so fun. You just brought a chair and sat outside under this airplane hangar.
That's cool.
And it was so much fun. And again, all day long, I was like, I don't feel good. I don't have the energy for this. And then I had the best time. So
as you always do.
Tim and Laura for dragging Adam and I out of the house. And we had a great time.
I love it. That's a good one. I'm going to go with the Brooks Cascadia Elite. Nice. The photos dropped. They're out there. The shoe is visible, and it's in the wild. It's not available yet. That's the shoe that I did the Western State run in and Swiss Alps running in, and I talked about it ahead of time, and I wasn't supposed to, but now I can. So sorry about that. But now you can know what it is officially, and I'm not going to get in trouble for that.
That's so cool.
It's a good one. It's got Piba midsole, super bouncy. It's got a plate, but it's a great shoe.
What shoe will you wear for your 50 miler?
Great question. We're working on some things.
Okay. All right.
I can't talk about
TBD.
it. Apparently.
We can't talk about it. We'll talk about it later when we do the Des dedicated episode. Yeah. Hopefully you can talk about it then. Okay. I'm going to bring us home with our Ketone IQ to say that Ketone is also going to be supporting us in Tokyo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Des and I and Chris will be there. We're going to be doing 6 episodes, I believe, from Tokyo.
6, yes. 3 live.
3 live in the Brooks, whatever they have.
It'll be a Hyperion
like
house.
Like a hype house, yeah. And then 3 that will be just us recording it. But
they'll be short.
Look at this episode today. We were like, we literally have nothing to talk about. And we cut out something I wanted to talk about.
I know, you have a whole list. I was like, you're the one who said we didn't have shit to talk about.
But I'm excited. I love recording with you live. It's always fun. Yeah. And we will be crazy track action. And we're going to get our fill of track. And then when Tokyo's over, we're going to move on to marathoning and Des running the 50 miler. But until then, it's probably going to be basically all about track.
That's fun. Track's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So many good
vibes.
storylines.
That's not true though. We'll have the World Championship marathons. Like, don't sleep
That's
on the
true.
marathons. They're going to be great. 4 Brooks athletes, 2
Oh,
other
yeah.
people. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
I
Yeah.
think that the marathon fields are really good on
Yeah.
the men and women's side. Like, obviously, it's super exciting with 4 Brooks athletes, but the 2 other athletes that are not Brooks, Reed Fisher and Clayton Young, are really good too. I just feel like
Yeah.
America has a good chance this year. You know,
Right.
sometimes like, especially with all of the majors, you get into a world championship and somebody can do something really special. And I feel like this could
Mhm.
be a year for an
I do
American.
too. I think so
Yeah.
too. And I think the Brooks athletes, CJ Albertson, Erica Kemp, Susanna Sullivan, Jess McLean, are all looking really good. So
Yeah. And I think
stay
that we might get to
tuned
talk to some of them.
for some preview shows.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
It's going to be fun. All right. Thanks, everybody.